this lecture, I will take you down through some of the most conceptual questions that have appeared in the CAT exam. Before we move on, I would strongly recommend you to look at a question, pause the video, try solving it by yourself, and do not take more than a couple of minutes for that, and then look at the solution. Without further ado, let's get started. So here's your first question. A sum of money compounded annually becomes 600 in 2 years and 650 in 3 years. What is the rate of interest per annum? And here are your options. Now, try to understand that this is my first year, this is my second year, this is my third year. Okay. Now, I have been told that in the first 2 years or by the end of this second year, I have 600 rupees in my hand, right? I have also been told that by the end of this third year, I mean right here, I have 650 rupees. Okay, now just from a point of common sense, this difference of 50 rupees, 600 here and 650 here, this difference of 60 rupees is because of the interest I got in the third year. So it is the difference of this 50 rupees which is coming as an interest to me in this year. In short, or in other words, by the end of second year, 600 rupees was my principal, okay, and which amounted to 650 rupees by the end of the third year. So can I say that in this question, 600 and 650, the difference for 1 year, in that case, the CI can be computed as SI, I mean compound interest for 1 year will be the same as simple interest for the very year, because compounding actually takes or actually looks like having a result if it is practiced for more than a year, right? So as explained over here, this difference of 50 rupees is because of the principal I had, which was 600 rupees. So this 50 is what percent of 600 rupees is what I'm supposed to find out. Okay. Now, let's say that percent is X. So X percent of 600 rupees would actually give me 50 rupees. And therefore, X percent of 600 would be 6X. I mean, if I really show you the working, X percent of 600 is 50. So the 2 zeros go off, 6x will be equal to 50. So what I get is 50 by 6, which is 8.33. So option B is your correct answer. Let's move on. Please look at the question. 4 women took 4 hours to make 4 circular rangolis. Rangolis are basically what are made in offices, schools during some special occasions, okay? Of radii 4 each. In how many hours? I'm supposed to find out the hours. So I've also highlighted it. With 6 women make 6 rangolis of radii 6 each. We all have done unitary method in our school days. Now it is a bit advanced, okay, but not really tough. Try solving this. Now, just try to look at this. 4 women taking 4 hours is basically the effort. Okay, 4 women taking 4 hours is basically the effort or the labor I have. And the outcome is 4 circular rangolis of radii 4 each. The result is, so in other words, can I say that the work that I have to do is 4 circular rangolis of radii 4 each, and the effort which is going into it is 4 women taking 4 hours. So can I safely say that area of rangoli made per unit of labor will always be constant, right? So what is the area of rangoli? What is the total area of rangoli that I'm making? It is basically the area of each rangoli multiplied with the number of rangolis I'm making. And the total labor is basically the number of women contributing and the number of hours they are contributing. Now this thing where everything was taken from here should be equal to the second situation where 6 women made 6 rangolis of radii 6 each. So similarly, all of these parameters will be placed over here. 6 number of women, radii of 6, women 6, and sorry, this is the number of rangolis, women 6, and h is the number of hours. So if you basically solve this equation, it will give you h to be 9 hours. And this is your correct answer. Let's move on. Now, this is a very typical kind of question which you will get in CAT, XAT, or any MBA entrance exam. Boat and streams, very important. Please try this out. So once you have attempted this, it's pretty much highlighted that I have to find the speed of the boat. Okay. So there are a couple of things which you have to keep in mind, that if a boat is traveling in this direction and the stream is against it or will be in the same direction. So either of the two situations will arise. Okay. So in this case, in the first case, what I say is that the boat is traveling upstream because it is against the stream. And in this case, the latter case, I call it as downstream because it is in the direction of my boat, right? My boat was in this direction, even the stream is in this direction. So it's a downstream. So here, the speed of the boat, reduces in the first case. In the second case, the speed of the boat increases because the stream is also aiding the boat. Okay? Now look at the solution. Let's say the speed of the boat is b, kilometer per hour. Okay, as I'm supposed to find out the answer in kilometer per hour. Speed of the boat, let's say b, and speed of the stream, let's say s. Maintain the unit, it's kilometer per hour. Now, can I safely assume or can I safely deduce from what is given in this that the total time taken is 96 minutes? So the time taken upstream plus the time taken downstream will be equal to 96 minutes, right? Now, as we know, that speed is equals to distance by time. Speed is equals to distance by time. So time will be equal to distance by speed. So the same thing I have done. For upstream, it is said that 4 kilometers, so 4 is in the numerator. And the speed, since it is upstream, so it will be against the stream, so it will be the speed of boat minus the speed of stream. Always remember, for the boat to go ahead, the speed of the boat has to be greater than the speed of stream. Okay, नहीं तो फिर boat और उल्टे direction में जाने लगेगा, right? So this is for upstream plus the same thing is for downstream. In this case, the distance is 3 kilometers downstream and the speed is b plus s because the stream is aiding the boat. Can I say that this entire thing is equals to 96 minutes or 96 by 60 hour, since I'm just trying to maintain the unit consistency across? If you solve this question, you'll get b to be 4.5 kilometers per hour. So the correct answer choice is option C. Let's see the next one. Now this is a very interesting question. In a sprint, A beats B by 20 and C by 15 meters respectively. Right after A wins, B doubles his speed to beat C and 3 meters. Find the length of the track. So I'm supposed to find out the length of the track. Can I say that this is my length? Okay, I'm taking the entire length A because A is the first to actually reach the finish line. Okay, so I'm calling this as X. Now B on the other hand is falling short by 20, just 20 meters. So can I say that this distance is X minus 20? In the case of C, it's falling short by 15, so this is X minus 15. Now, right after A wins, I mean at the instant A reaches here, B is in this position, C is in this position. Now, if everything would have continued the same way, C would have won the race because it's already ahead of B. But then, B is doubling his speed. So ideally, this is what B is doing to win, okay? And it is doing it by beating it by 3 meters. So if you reduce 3 meters, so basically C is traveling only 12 meters. 3 मीटर अभी भी बच जा रहा है. तो basically 12 meters जब ये भागता है, उस टाइम में B 20 meters cover कर देता है. Now this is something which B is doing to win. Now think, अगर B 10 meters उसी स्पीड से भागता, ओरिजिनल जो स्पीड है, तो उस टाइम में C 12 meters ही कवर कर पाता because C is not changing its speed. So this is the original ratio of B and C. Can I say that B and C have a ratio of 10 by 12 as I discussed over here, which is the same as the distance it has traveled so far, which is x minus 20 upon x minus 15. Now, you just solve this equation and get the value of x, which is 45 meters. So the answer is C, 45 meters. Now, this is a very interesting question and a very tricky one. Looking at the question, you might think that this 2x, again there is x, again there is x, so many x, I mean so many different values everywhere. But it's very simple, okay? You don't even need to solve it. You can do it mentally, okay? This is 1000, this is 2000, okay? Now, Yash is marking up his furniture by x%, okay? And Sonali is marking up by 2x%, then reducing by x%. Since there is none of the question actually says none of these. So the option will be either of the one. I mean, out of the 4 choices. So why don't I just plug 25 and check what will be the result? So 1000 and 2000, okay? If I plug a% over here, 25% over here, it will be 1250, mentally very fast. If I plug in 50% over here, because it's 2x%, it will be 3000. And then I'm giving a discount of 25%. 25% discount over this will be 2250. It will amount to this much amount. And if you really look at it, यहाँ पे जो profit आया है, that is 250, और यहाँ पे जो profit आया है, that is also 250. So I really did not have to do a lot, and I got my answer to be 25. So I hope there were some key takeaways from all of these questions. Keep practicing, keep managing or keeping that consistency, and you will eventually get that speed coming in. Thank you.